Hey, what's up guys? I'm excited to introduce you to my new secret weapon plugin, and I think it's going to become your new secret weapon too. So a number of months ago, I announced that I was working on a new plugin company, and I'm excited to say after many months of development and testing and beta testing and all the stuff that goes into building a brand new business like this, we are launching our first 2 plugins on June 1st. But if you're watching this video, there's actually going to be a special opportunity for you to get your hands on these plugins a little bit early ahead of everyone else, so just watch to the end for that. But what I want to do in this video is just dive right in and show you what this first plugin does. Say hello to Escalator. This is a really simple one knob kind of saturation plugin that has a really powerful algorithm that honestly, it just sounds good on everything. And you can add instant fatness, character, punch, weight, and size to really any track in your mix. And I'm gonna prove it to you here. So let's check out some drums right now. I'm going to start by showing you what it sounds like on the snare drum. So let me mute the snare sample. So we're just hearing the live snare in this mix. All right, now let's throw the Escalator on snare top. Okay, let's A-B it. Adding tons of fatness and size and weight to the snare without sacrificing the transient. We still get a nice aggressive transient. So let's solo it so you can hear in more detail. So if you've ever had trouble getting your snare to cut through the mix and really hold a prominent spot in your mix without just being this super spiky thing that's spiking your meters all the time, this plugin is going to give you that result. Now let's also add in the snare sample and we'll put it there too. So again, let's solo that out. You can see I'm being somewhat subtle with this. It obviously has a lot further that it can go. And basically, as you crank this thing a little more, it starts kind of soft clipping off the transient while continuing to fatten up the mid-range and low mids. Typically on something like this, we'd maybe go around 20 to 30%. Mix that in with the rest of the kit. Now we've got Escalator on the snare top and on the snare sample, so let me just A-B with both of those together on these drums. So this is with Escalator off and on. Pretty awesome. Once you hear that, you don't want to live without that in the mix. Now, what this plugin is doing under the hood is it's really focusing on generating harmonics and saturation, mostly focus in the mid-range to lower mids. That's where the focus is. It kind of changes as you crank it up more. But for that reason, anything that just needs more size, more weight, more energy in the mix, it's a great tool for that. So even on kick drum, let's check this out. You can hear what it does here. If your kick maybe feels a little bit thin and kind of weak, try out Escalator. See how it instantly just gives more thickness and punch to those low mids. Let's also try it on drum bus. You could throw it across your drum bus. Even just subtly to add that little bit of extra size. Or you could get more aggressive with it if you were, let's say, doing a parallel drum compression bus here. Let's check this out. So you see, as we crank it up more, we start to get a little bit of a clipping on it, but it's an aggressive style of soft clipping, so it's not going to start to weaken your transient. You can hear how this still sounds really punchy. And that just sounds awesome. We can mix that in parallel with our regular drums. Sounds awesome. I love it. And like I said at the beginning, it honestly sounds awesome on everything. So let me show you what it sounds like here on bass. Listen to that meat, that beef that it's adding. I'm kind of pushing it a little bit to really make it evident what the plugin is doing, but maybe in a mix like this, I would probably have it down a little more subtly. Especially on my Annis-10s here on small speakers, it just fills out that lower mid-range and just makes it sound so much fatter. I love that. And what about guitars? Does it work on guitars? Yes, it does. Let's check that out. So even with just a touch of it, a pinch of salt, you can hear those low mids thicken up and sound so much fatter. And that would have a similar effect on like any clean guitar or even acoustics. You could use it. What about synths? You could do it on a synth track as well. So let's check this out. I want to thicken up a synth. You can push it harder, crunch it up. And finally, the last thing I want to show you is on vocals. This is probably one of my favorite uses for it. So let's check out these vocals.
Take me to another place, slowly using gravity.
Listen how it's pulling out the character here. Here's without.
Take me to another
With.
Take me to another place.
Again, you can push it more if you've got kind of a weak, maybe soft vocal that just doesn't sound 3D and it doesn't sound really upfront in the mix. This will really help you out and give it a lot more size and really help it hold its own place in the mix.
Take me to another place.
Adding a lot of energy there.
Take me to another place. Slowly using gravity. Take me
Just throw it on harmonies too.
Take me to another place. Slowly using gravity.
They'd be both of these, the lead vocal and the harmony.
Take me to another place. Slowly using gravity. Take me to a mindless day.
So there it is. There's a little demo of what Escalator can do just on one song here. I'm super excited for you guys to check this out. Now, like I said, this plugin, along with the second plugin that we're releasing, which I'll talk about in a video next week, these are coming out June 1st. But if you want to try these out, we're going to have an early bird 2-week free trial of both plugins starting 2 weeks before the launch date. Now, the only way to get early access to those trials is to sign up to the Black Salt Audio mailing list. So all you got to do is go to blacksaltaudio.com, and anyone on that email list is going to receive a free 14-day trial 2 weeks early before the general public gets to check out these plugins. So if you like what you heard here, definitely go to blacksaltaudio.com, sign up for the list, and in just a couple weeks, we'll be sending you the free trial. And stick around, make sure you're subscribed because next week I'm going to show you the second plugin, which helps you take full control of your low end. Super excited about that one too. So I'll see you in the next video. Sign up to the list. Talk to you soon.